I missed putting up a video last week. I was actually hoping to do 2 videos, but I was so tired. So tired. And that's what this video is about. Hi everyone, my name is Jennifer Wasylenko, and on this channel I talk about health and fitness and lifestyle. I try to identify problems and solutions to help you live a better life. If this is your cup of tea, please like and subscribe. I truly want to help those of you who are watching my content. This video is about dogs and pets in general and how they affect your sleep and how that lack of sleep affects your productivity and your motivation. Heck, this can also apply to kids. I don't have kids, I have fur babies, but when I talk to some of my clients, we share so many of the same stories. So if this is something that you're dealing with, stick around. Maybe you'll hear something that will be a good idea for you to try, or maybe you can comment and give a suggestion for anyone else to try. I love my pets. In fact, I think of them as children. I have Lance, he's a German short-haired pointer, and Ralphie, and he's a wiener dog. We had Lance first, and like children, you never really know what the personalities are going to be as they start to get older. So Lance is a German short-haired pointer. He is full of a ton of energy, always has been right from the start. He's 14 right now, but he still acts 5. We used to have to exercise him twice a day so that he would settle down enough that we could get some stuff done around the house. He didn't lay down like a normal dog on the ground for, well, until he was about age 7. Now Lance has never been relaxed. He is quite a high energy dog. They say that the German short-haired pointer is the highest energy dog, at least the top 3, and I would definitely agree with that. He has been through all of my marathon training, and he's been out with us mountain biking for miles and miles. He did 55 kilometers in one day. Like, he is just a machine. He's just now starting to slow down with his running, but he's up through the night still. All his life he has been a restless sleeper, which means it's wreaking havoc on our sleep. We're up through the night quite a bit. So we've had to develop some strategies so that at least one of us gets a good night's sleep. Now I want to make one thing clear. I am not complaining. This is just life. This is the way it is. It's the same as with many parents of small children. You go through a period of time where there's just a lack of sleep happening, and you need to deal with it. You need to come up with some strategies. This is our life. We have had 14 years of sleep deprivation, but we love our boys to bits. So I notice for myself, when I have a lack of sleep, I make poor health decisions. I want more coffee, sugar, bread, comfort food. This first strategy is all around making sure you have the nutrition that you need so that you're not getting yourself into a nutrient deficit over the long haul. So this applies to parents of small children as well. Anyone who's getting a lack of sleep, this applies to you. So making sure that on those days when your energy is high, make sure that's a day when you do your food prep. Vegetables are cleaned, washed, and cut. Salad, lettuce, cabbage, whatever you're having is washed and prepped, because when you are tired, you will not want to spend the energy on doing that kind of stuff. You want something that's easy to grab. You can make some hard-boiled eggs, a big batch of soup, make lasagna, whatever it is that you like to eat and have on hand, make it on a day when you have high energy. So then when you have those days when you don't, it's much easier. Otherwise, you're going to be grabbing toast with PB and jam, more coffee. You know, you might even really crave an alcoholic drink just because, hey, you feel you deserve it. So those are just some things to think about there. So that was tip number 1. Tip number 2, and this is for the pet owners, although there might be some application to children as well, but don't allow them to sleep in your room or in your bed. It's too late for us. Our boys know that they are welcome in the bedroom. But if you don't start it, then they'll never know, right? So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3, if you have let them in your room already, if you have a partner, then come up with a schedule where one of you sleeps in the bedroom with the door shut, no children, no dogs, and the other person has the pets or the children or whatever you've got. And then if it works out for your schedule to do 2 nights in a row or 3 nights in a row like that, and then switch off, that's great. It's really hard to get past 3 days with low sleep. Tip number 4, walking the dogs before bed. This can work quite well for most people, but there's always going to be those times when, they just refuse and they would just rather go at 2 in the morning. So although it doesn't always work, it is a good benefit. At least they get a little bit of energy expenditure. We're not talking a run here. We don't want to boost them up, but just get them out for a walk. It gets out the energy and they can settle down more easily through the night. I know that tends to work for Lance anyway. Okay, and tip number 5, like people, avoid feeding your dog or yourself within 3 hours before bed, if you can, because that will cut down on the bathroom visits needed through the night. Same applies for hydration. If you yourself don't want to be up through the night having to go pee, then stop drinking 2 to 3 hours before bed. It's the same with your dogs. 3 hours before bed, take away the water bowl and don't feed them anything. So tip number 6 is not so much a tip about the pets as it is for yourself. When you have stuff that you want to get done, you have to get done. You have to start being okay with getting it done while you're not feeling your best. I have been missing my early morning workouts. It hasn't worked out in the last couple of weeks. I went once last week and it bothers me because it really wreaks havoc on my schedule. It's really hard to schedule that time in. I feel the best, most productive, most focused in the morning, unless I haven't had sleep. So I've had to shift my workout to be the evening, and I'm not my best in the evening, especially because I've already been low on sleep. My workday ends at about 7 or 7:30, so to start my workout at about 7:30 or 8 p.m., it's hard. It's not what I want to do, but I know that I want to get it done. It's not the end of the world that I don't feel like it, so I do it anyway, and I feel good that I got it done. And tip number 7 is kind of like sending the kids to grandma's house for the weekend or at least one night. So if your pets are bothering your sleep, then you might want to consider sending your pets to the kennel for 1 night or 2 nights so that you can rejuvenate yourself, fill your cup. Everybody needs that. I hope you found some of these tips helpful, and if you have any tips on dealing with pets robbing you of sleep, or heck, your children robbing you of sleep, something that might be helpful to myself or other people, please write that down in the comments below. And as always, if you liked this, please like and subscribe, and I look forward to having you as part of my community. Take care, see you soon, bye! And don't forget to hit the bell. You wouldn't want to miss a video. Thanks!